But so far, Post still 1 down. A couple of mistakes early on in this game, but they have since gotten back in it. Seem to be pretty comfortable with the pace of gameplay at this point. Of course, our opposing end of the field, our Southern Maine team, has Darian, ID, and Dumpsta Dan. So those are the 3 players. KeramiK scoring the 2nd goal for Post. Just when I talk about the other team, he wants to be talked about again. I would say KeramiK certainly has big shoes himself to kind of fill this year, with Nasmith being the leading goal scorer for this team. Time and time again in previous seasons, KeramiK is really going to step it up as being the highest ranked player on this team and the most mechanically sound. Darian, champ 3 on the side, of course, of Maine, Southern Maine. IDA champ 2 and Dumpsta Dan AGC 1. As for Post this year, we have Gotti, who is still around that champ 1 range. KeramiK is GC 1. And Spence as well is around champ 1 in skill level. So certainly a lot to think about and a lot of improvement for this team. Also missing, other than Nasmith this year, is AutoCAD. He's no longer coaching, so the team will have to kind of go off of the help of Denny and just kind of support of the athletic director. But ID scoring for Southern Maine after 2 unanswered goals by both sides of the field. They come back. They have some of that resurgent late in this one. 1:17 left on the clock in game 1. Still a lot to think about, but so far I'm not going to be too critical of either team, just because it is first game, first nerves, and all of that. Gotti working off that corner. Look at a demo Darian, can't do so. KeramiK late to this one. It'll get past 1. Back pass here by Darian. Bigspence is in the way off the corner, looking to follow up with the block. Keeps it, of course, on that Southern Maine half. KeramiK collecting into the corner. Tries to send it out, can't do so. Dumpsta Dan sending it upfield for Southern Maine. Gotti trying to get in the way. A couple of missed touches. KeramiK respawning on the wrong side, and a clear here for the likes of Post Orange. 30 seconds left. Post desperately at this point needing to clear out and upfield. This one in midfield, Bigspence looking to find something to get in the way. KeramiK out to mid. Gotti almost finding the touch, but Darian, such speed, has a nice clear upfield. ID, no shot, but still a clear is needed for Post. ID to put it away towards the corner. 5 seconds left on the clock. Southern Maine look to end this in short fashion. Gotti, a nice touch upfield. Darian sending it out to the corner. KeramiK keeping it up. Darian keeping it off the corner. This one, 0-second heroic shot by Gotti at the last second. And we see overtime in game number 1 of ECAC week 1 here. Orange pulling out a stunner at the end of this game to try to take the game back. Really fantastic job. I'd say the best part of Rocket League that Orange has played has been in that last minute or so of gameplay. Really fantastic work. Darian backboard, Dumpsta Dan coming in, and just like that, 16 seconds through. And wow, oh wow. Southern Maine comes back at it to win in overtime. But what an exciting game number 1 that we have. It was back and forth. It was certainly not what we expected for our very first game of the night, but here we are. Here is our game number 1. Of course, you can look at the stats real quick. Most team, in fact, all the team really readied up, so I won't keep everybody waiting. But as for shot count, even on both sides with 7. So it was a pretty close game overall. Of course, it went into overtime. Dumpsta Dan, the highest ranking player for the Southern Maine squad. 3 of the 4 goals, 3 saves for him as well. All 3 saves, earning himself a savior and a hat trick medal. On the Eagles side of the field, KeramiK with the most points, as well as 2 of the 3 goals for the Eagles. But still, it was a team effort. It was certainly a team effort on both ends of the field. And we'll really see what Game 2 brings. But really exciting stuff. I could not be more hyped with what we saw from both of these teams in this one. But yeah, again, hi, if you don't know who I am, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Chixxa. I am a Rocket League caster in the college and the bubble scene and kind of the professional scene as well too. I've been casting for, oh my goodness, 3+ years at this point. The last 2 kind of professionally in the scene. So really happy to be back with Post. I believe this is my 3rd season now, so it has been a lot of casting here at Post, and I've seen multiple generations of the Rocket League talent on both the orange and purple teams. Post does have 2. So, again, like I said, everything is really getting back to the way it was. We are in spring semester, so some people looking to graduate, others looking to end out the year. Even in the college sphere, we have a lot of championships at this point of the year, ending off its season. Some really big LAN events that happen sometimes, some points that ends up being kind of put together for both teams. There's a lot going on, but overall, should be a good time. Darian starting it off for Southern Maine in game number 2. Kind of caught off guard. KeramiK rotating front posts because nobody was back post yet. So caught in rotation is some of the struggles that Post Orange has had. They're still getting used to the rotations with this team lineup. So I think it's going to be a continual adjustment period for them as the season goes along. A couple of things I've noticed as well is boost management. You often see posts kind of out on boost, and when they do have boost, that means they should be able to clear and get touches upfield. Still midfield presence heavily controlled by Southern Maine right now. A demo will open up the back. KeramiK coming through just in time. Bigspence just able to stop it at least momentarily. The shot missed opportunity. Huge clear. KeramiK upfield. Does he find the angle? But what a last second goal line save by Darian. Southern Maine pulling out all the stops to stay on top early in game 2. Spence shot here. This one rolling. Saved by Darian again. Spence second opportunity just a little bit too high. And a nice clear for Southern Maine. KeramiK taking his time. The control goes high. Darian misses. This one off the ceiling. Dropping down. KeramiK can't find the touch and ID now with the save for Southern Maine. Gotti misses this opportunity on the 50. Sedan sending it up, and Spence, good thing he gets in the way because Darian missed another shooting opportunity for Southern Maine. Not much boost though left in the tank. KeramiK upfield, backboard, follow up, doesn't get the angle. Spence now putting it on target, but a nice clear here for Sedan. Follow-up potential, rocks it on target. Southern Maine with 2 and leading comfortably to start off in game number 2. Similar lead as game 1, but it took them a lot longer to score. Very much in control is Southern Maine right now. You have to wonder what is going through Post's mind right now. They, of course, need to make those mid-series adjustments. I don't know if they'll be able to address it so quickly. A lot of midfield pressure again by Southern Maine. Good 50 here with Sedan, keeping it close, beating one. Sidewall sends it down towards the backboard. KeramiK, good clear into midfield, but look where midfield is. Darian, a controlling touch. KeramiK back out into the corner. ID, no shot can be found because the clear puts itself back upfield. The post need to collect boost. This one back for Darian, another huge clear. And post just can't seem to get towards the center of the net. Each time they do, it's been really difficult to find shots with all those saves on the Southern Maine side. Good save there though by Gotti for post. Keeps them from going down by yet another goal. ID backboard, missed by KeramiK. Spence there though. Puts it in midfield, collects some boost. Corner read, can't follow up. Dan, pop here. KeramiK patiently controlling in the corner. Darian trying to get through. Can't do so. Dan 50'd, won by post. KeramiK though, no angle on that shot. With under a minute, post needs a miracle at this point. Spence, backboard, Gotti. Maybe a little bit too much power behind that one. Certainly some panic touches the remaining seconds. ID, the shot, that's what happens when you bring the house. And Southern Maine finds the third in game 2 to pretty much nail this game in the coffin for them. Great work by post. They're doing a great job of at least trying to control things, but Southern Maine, of course, doing a little bit better, especially off kickoffs. Adjustment period, as I mentioned, will take some time, but it's okay. Pop up here. 30 seconds on the clock. Post, as I mentioned, just needs to clean up some of their rotations, clean up some of the play, relax in this series, and do their best to find more 50s and find better touches upfield. Even here, a really great demo by Southern Maine. They've been bringing that pressure, and it's been hard for post to react to each and every opportunity. KeramiK trying to keep it up in the remaining seconds, but this one will touch, and Southern Maine takes game 2 in 4-0 fashion. I assume the scoreboard will be a little bit more one-sided. 4 shots coming from post on the Eagles side, 4 saves as well. 9 total shots for Southern Maine and a very spread scoreboard. So really good job by the entire team managing to kind of spread the wealth in that game for Southern Maine. Before, it was really heavily favored by Amsterdam, the kind of most highly ranked player on the Southern Maine end of the field, but instead this game they evenly spread out, and you could tell it allowed them to get a lot more control from the midfield to the front of that field, where they were able to keep up pressure and keep attacking. But yeah, 2-0 lead for them. Not yet match point, but Eagles certainly need to try to take this next game if they have any hope of kind of bouncing back in this series. But yeah, that's kind of it I have for that one. The only other note I have is, I don't know if you guys checked out my jersey. It's kind of hard to tell. The Eagle's so big. But of course, thank you to Post for sending me my jersey. I am really, again, fortunate to be able to cast for this team and the purple team in Rocket League season after season after season. I absolutely adore it. So thank you guys so much. But game 3 is upon us. Post down 2 games in the series and now down a goal to start. So not exactly what they wanted to start off with, I assume, in this one. But again, that's something that we'll have to kind of work through over time. Gotti just barely missing that shot there. This one by Amsterdam, the corner. Bigspence will be able to keep it upfield. But yeah, mistakes early, especially off kickoff, plaguing post orange at this point in the game. They have to be very careful as they go throughout this game and try to find the right choices. Just making smart choices is a lot of how you play Rocket League. Yes, it's the mechanics at times. Yes, it's how you attack the ball, but just smart, effective choices. Managing that boost, having someone challenge the ball constantly. You see Gotti extends way too far up the corner and finds himself backing up. But that leaves Bigspence in the middle of that net, kind of awkward, unsure what to do. Does he wait? Does he challenge? But in that sense, waiting in front of the net is not what you want to do, because you're not going to have any momentum to try to get in front of that ball. So challenging there when Gotti certainly couldn't find the challenge would have been a better decision. So simple stuff like that isn't helping to start off in this game number 3. Amsterdam sending it away. A miss here. Darian looking for the shot, puts it underneath. And that is great shot placement by the side of Southern Maine. Darian, great accuracy. Lots of time left on the clock. Lots of opportunity for Post to get back in it. Of course, again, kickoff not working out in their favor, and already on the back foot is Post Orange. Darian sending it down. Gotti, a great save on the goal line. KeramiK 50, though. This one almost a bump, but no angle was found. ID stealing that boost, but KeramiK a nice clear. Amsterdam just puts it off one corner. Darian able to pick up, send it over. It's a follow-up touch, but a good clear here by Spence. This one a 50. Gotti. No finding the touch. Dan upfield into that corner. D. Spence backboard. Darian, great touch out, and ID the follow-up. Southern Maine working very well as a team to rotate through positions, rotate through possession as well between the team. You see often if one person goes, someone else can follow or substitute. ID bumped away, but still following, gets a 50 with KeramiK. Darian towards the corner. Gotti, can't find much through that. Darian midfield and KeramiK. Huge boom upfield, alleviating that pressure from Southern Maine. A couple of minutes without any scores. That's a great pass, but a better block by Darian. KeramiK now coming through from the skies. Puts it to the back of the net. Just like that, an answer proposed late in game 3. Great speed by KeramiK on the beat. Finds a way to get a score. Now Post needs 2 more to tie it up, and that is a tall ask with how tight Southern Maine has been playing in this one. KeramiK, corner. And get past Darian. This one goes all the way in front of net, but Gotti a nice clear upfield. ID on the wrong side of the ball, but a good demo onto Bigspence. But follow up by KeramiK, he's gifted that ball and a second touch, second goal. KeramiK now getting Post that much closer to a tie. 1:49 left on the clock, game number 3. Wow, oh wow, did we see Post coming back in this one? I certainly didn't, but I'm hopeful that they'll continue to be dominant. Granted, I think falling on the post there on the side, KeramiK isn't able to find the save, and Darian answers back for Southern Maine. Great touch. Now back to a 2-goal lead, of course, for Southern Maine. Bigspence off kickoff. Will find a second here. Doesn't find the angle though. Gotti trying to get through. KeramiK, third effort. Doesn't put it where it needs to go, and Darian finding that save. Great shot though by KeramiK off the pass. I couldn't read it from the angle of the director cam, but Gotti sends it over, and KeramiK reads it well. I believe that's a hat trick for KeramiK. It indeed is. all 3 goals for him in this game. 1:26 left in a 1-goal game. Gotti losing control. KeramiK last back, clear out and upfield. Spence getting bumped, still manages to find the pass, but a great block by the Southern Maine defense. Gotti, back wall. Amsterdam getting it away. ID pop up. Darian as well, sending it through. Bigspence giving it to ID, and a demo on Gotti leaves that net open. ID finds the score for Southern Maine and puts them back up into definitely a buffer goal needed, as we saw earlier in game 1, post scoring at 0 seconds to push the game into overtime. So having that 2-goal lead essential to Southern Maine securing this one. Another not great kickoff. Gotti will have to save it. A bump on KeramiK leaves the net open. Amsterdam gets it in. Southern Maine extends the lead further, and I think puts the cap on this game 3. Again, resilience was so strong for Post Orange in this one. They had opportunities to get back in the game. They fought through some difficult shots, and their defense looked and got better. But now at this point, Southern Maine looking strong. They find themselves cooking upfield. With 30 seconds left, Post just wants this game to be over. Clear. Gotti maybe looking for a doink. Ambitious, but nice to see the team still trying. Gotti poking this one to KeramiK, but another save by Southern Maine. Darian being patient, doesn't find the touch. 10 seconds left on the clock. Maybe one more shot. Southern Maine does get it, but saved. And back at it, KeramiK the save. One more effort by Darian. Southern Maine will get one more before the buzzer ends. And a 10-goal game in game number 3, the most that we have seen all series long thus far. Wow. Really long series at that, but this one will go to match point for Southern Maine. Just when Post feels like they're getting that much closer to beating them, they bounce right back. Incredible game by Southern Maine. Again, another total team effort. Everyone involved. Darian with the most goals and most shots, but still not by far. KeramiK, though, huge shout out to him and Gotti for working that chemistry from last season. They're able to get 2 assists for Gotti, 3 shots for KeramiK, and that gave the Eagles just a little bit to look forward to in that past game. But yeah, the Eagles struggling with really the offense that Southern Maine Huskies bring to the table. With those 14 shots in that game, they just seemed relentless at times. You know, you look at how they play, and they play as a team. They dominate aggressiveness. You see bumps. You see demos all the time. That's what Southern Maine does really, really well. And then when it comes to passing, of the 7 goals, 5 of which were assisted. So constantly you see them juggling from one person to the next. Rotations, ball possession goes in 1, 2, 3 order, where 1 is the person with the ball, 2 is best option, expecting a pass, and 3 is if the challenge or a bad touch happens, kind of back. And always the Huskies, that Southern Maine team, seems to rotate through those positions really flawlessly and find ways to keep in control of the ball, especially through the midfield. So now, potentially the last game in this series if Post cannot bounce back. They certainly need to manage their own boost, get some better challenges through that midfield, and make sure they're continually rotating as a team through one another. I haven't seen double commits, knock on wood, that hasn't been a problem, but just getting contact with that ball has been one of the problems in this one. Can't misread your opponent. You have to keep finding challenges in 50s, no matter where the ball is on the field, if it's in midfield, if it's in the air, or on the ground. Amsterdam working the back wall, double demos for the side of Southern Maine. The shot, though, off target and at least saved potentially as well. This 50 here, Darian trying to find an angle, can't do so. KeramiK looks to control this, pops it a little high. Gotti only finding a piece of the ball. Darian there popping it towards the back wall. KeramiK, good touch into the corner, that safe space. ID trying to put it back in midfield, but it is deflected away. Back pass and through the other end of the field. ID's touch not very strong, but Gotti unfortunately can't get a touch on target. KeramiK taking time, close touch. Darian just keeping it on the back wall. Gotti no read. Bigspence putting it away from the midfield. This one sent out upfield. Back up the corner, straight down, and KeramiK finds the angle. The corner bounce ends up working right off that 50. And Post have a lead, an early lead, get first blood in game number 4. Well, time is certainly on their favor. Still plenty left, but a very early part of game 4. Darian off kickoff, stealing touch, trying to find the read, trying to fit it underneath the bar. Bigspence denying. This one upfield. ID out towards the other end. Amsterdam off the corner, trying to get the read on the bounce. Maybe jumps a little bit too early for it. ID working the back wall. Darian midfield. 50 here. KeramiK though, the touch. Now to Bigspence. Puts it on target. ID yet another save. Southern Maine. Really good on that defensive end. Dan towards the back wall. No follow-up touch. Gotti taking his time controlling, but a good 50 by Dan again. Through the corner. Bigspence. A little bit of deflection. Midfield. Again, where Southern Maine lives. ID. Corner bounce read. A very quiet game. 1 goal as we pass halftime. Darian and Southern Maine certainly frustrated that they haven't had that same offensive success early in this one. That touch though goes back into midfield. That's not the touch you want to make, and Darian capitalizes off that mistake. If anything, Spence needs to send that ball upfield or keep it close. You do not want to touch it off the sidewall into the midfield. Again, you're just putting that ball right back where you had originally touched it. Unfortunate decision. And now, just like that, Post will have to restart again, look for a lead back. This one off Bigspence on the deflection. KeramiK trying to stay involved. Bigspence off the corner, bounces back. Denied, stuffed by Southern Maine, who looks up and forward. Back wall, dumpster Dan, denied by Bigspence. This one sent upfield for Post again. Couple of resets, one and done opportunities for both teams. They can't live in each other's half for long, which is why we're seeing this offensive game stall. Often when you get shooting opportunities, you don't make it on the first attempt. You make it on the second, third, or fourth, those follow-up attempts where the defense starts to crumble and Boost continues to run out. Now KeramiK clear. ID is back, sends the clear back. Able to actually get a part of that ball again. A little bit high off the ceiling. Gotti a touch. KeramiK the follow-up. Darian, 50. This one up. Dumpster Dan out into the corner. ID getting bumped, but Dan able to follow. Gets it through the corner. Not much boost to work with. The 50 here. KeramiK gets the touch. And ID the follow-up in the way. Darian, corner here, this one in midfield. Drop by KeramiK to get to it first. Dan off the corner. No reads here as everyone's out of boost. Darian working the corner as well. 30 seconds left on the clock. That net's open for Post. Is somebody gonna get back in time? Darian looking for the bump and Dan can follow up. Defense crumbling, rotations a little bit too slow for Post, and Spence can't get in the way. Now 26 seconds, Southern Maine has the lead. Kickoff, that one needed to be in favor of Post instead, in favor of Southern Maine. Gotti only able to get it up towards midfield. KeramiK picking it up with quickly 50. Gotti off the corner read. Can't get much farther than that. Playing a game of keep away right now is Southern Maine. Here comes the pass. Darien in the way. Gotti, sidewall. KeramiK, no touch. This one's still up. One last opportunity, but it catches the ground, and Southern Maine wins 4-0 in a sweep. GG's all around. A very close series at times when it came to game score, but overall, it was a week 1 game. It was week 1. Everyone just kind of had to get their footing, find their footing. Both teams had times of really great success that you could see out on the field, and sometimes they just didn't have that success that they wanted. But of course, thank you everybody for joining us on the Post U Esports channel, our main channel. We also have a second one when other games are happening and going along at the same time. Other than Rocket League, we have plenty of esports happening all season long, and hopefully you'll be seeing more of me as well in the booth. I hope you guys enjoyed today's match. We will be seeing you hopefully again soon, but have a wonderful rest of your night, wonderful rest of your week. It's Chixxa signing off. I will see you guys sometime soon. Bye.
Another product, just another